Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of playing World of Tanks. I'm AJ, and today we'll be looking at a game that I had in my VZ11114, which is the Chinese Tier 9 heavy tank, and one of my favorite tanks in the game. Now, this tank is fairly special. I was trying to through market, and I sort of gave up because I didn't have time to play World of Tanks. And though I'm trying to, squeeze some time in here and there to play World of Tanks again, it's still kind of like a work in progress. I think I got it up to 90%, and then it's kind of like just was stuck there, and I haven't played the game ever since. So, but we'll see. Once I get it through mark, maybe I'll do a special replay on this thing. But anyways, the Chinese Tier 9 heavy tank, what to say about it? It's really good. Its alpha is pretty great. It trades fairly well with almost any other tank it comes against, and its armor is well enough where it is relevant in most games, and and doesn't make it a fairly slow tank. Overall, I think this or the IS-8 are one of my favorite Tier 9 heavy tanks to play. But again, like most Chinese tanks, this thing sort of takes like a lot of module damage, so that is one of its downsides that I sort of dislike. But outside of that, the tank's fairly good. I love its mobility. I love how quick it is, and how punchy the gun feels. Now here, so in Pilsen, generally you want to go towards this side of the map, but at the same time, I didn't want to be the first guy to move up, but then it seems like they're not really contesting this area fairly heavily, so I just decided I'm just gonna go up and do something about it. This OI did 475 damage with HE round last time. This time he does 0, so HE runs best round than A probably. This IS-6 has no idea what he's doing. I am just easily killing him here, and like it's not even, I think, a fair game at this point. Just because there's so few of them, they really can't really put up any sort of resistance because their tier 9s went the other way in their Infinite Wisdom. So IS-6, fairly good if it's top tier, fairly bad when it's in this kind of a matchup. Armor on that thing is not really that reliable against tier 9 caliber guns. And so is the KB5. KB5 unfortunately suffers from the same problem. And those two get taken out fairly quickly, so does the OI in the distance, and now we're going to move up and see if we can swing around and clean up the enemies in the cap. And over here, the VZ120, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he gets taken out as well. And yeah, now it's just now I don't think we can actually lose this game. It's kind of really hard for us to lose because this is not going to be an easy deficit to come out of by the enemy team. Again, the Tier 2, very unlucky. I shoot him and actually track him, which was something I wasn't expecting actually. And I take him out. Now the entire enemy team is left on the 8-9 line, so we're gonna hurry over to that side and see if he can get any more damage done. Now again, like my friend Simp is driving his T55, which is one of the most mobile tanks in the game, but I am not necessarily that far behind in my VZ111, so that just gives you an idea of how mobile this tank can be. Also, the other thing being this tank's fairly punchy gun makes it like super impressive to get into like early spots fairly easily and just punish enemies that are trying to take a shortcut to get to someplace. At this point, I kind of wanted to take out the T50, Skoda T50, because he's a very dangerous tank, and I know he just unloaded all his shells into our T54 Mod 1, so I'm gonna go and put at least one into him just to make sure that he doesn't come back. So at this point, the IS-3 that I had neglected behind me comes around, finishes off the Mod 1. I take one shot from the Skoda, second shot, but before he can put the third one, I take him out. At this point, the IS-3 is my biggest concern, and he puts one more shot into me. Again, I'm gonna try to angle my armor towards him, and at this point, with the armor of the VZ1 kind of holds up, and that leaves the poor IS-3 with nowhere else to go, and he gets taken out by one of our friendlies. So that was all. I think I get a shot on the E75, and that's about it. But fairly a straightforward game. Once you're in top tier, like heavy tank, you have to play super aggressive, which I kind of did, and the enemies deployed very, very poorly. So hope you guys enjoy this game. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Playing World Tanks.